This is Voice of Korea.
You're listening to VOK, Voice of Korea News Now.
More and more people visit the revolutionary battle sites in the area of Mount Baekdu and other revolutionary battle sites and revolutionary sites across the country. Tens of thousands of working people of different stripes and youth and students made a study tour of the revolutionary battle sites and revolutionary sites this year alone. Since the beginning of the winter study tour of the revolutionary battle sites in the area of Mount Baekdu this year, the battle sites have been visited by many units across the country, including the Central College Training School of the Workers' Party of Korea. Through the study tour, the working people and youth and students had a deep understanding of the staunch fighting and revolutionary character of the anti-Japanese forerunners and hardened their will to defend and carry forward the revolutionary tradition of the Baekdu through generations.
Press statement of Kim Yo-jong, Deputy Department Director of the Central Committee of the Workers' Party of Korea. On November the 22nd, those of the South Korean Ministry of Foreign Affairs found fault with the exercise of our right to self-defense as provocation and said they are examining additional independent sanctions because our provocation continues. No sooner had the United States called for independent sanctions against the DPRK than the South Korean puppets disgustingly imitated it. It is clear that they are the faithful dog and stooge of the United States. Every time I see the South Korean stooges behave, I feel dumbfounded. They are no more than a stray dog gnawing at a bone given by the United States. It is ridiculous for them to talk about sanctions against us. If the master and stooge are still attached to the useless sanctions, do as they please in the future. It is really foolish if they thought they could escape the current dangerous situation by sanctions. Fools are called so as they don't know how to live safe and comfortably. I don't understand why the South Korean people remain onlooker to their regime in which Yoon Suk-yeol and his idiots continue to create dangerous situation. When Moon Jae-in was in power, Seoul was not our target at least. I warn the shameless fools once again. The more desperately the United States and the South Korean stooges resort to sanctions and pressure against us, the further our hatred and resentment will grow, and it will be a halter strangling their windpipe. Pyongyang, November 24th, 조체 111 or 2022.
Metallurgical industry sector of Korea promotes the expansion of production capacity. The Kimcheok Iron and Steel Complex is speeding up the energy-saving oxygen blast furnace construction while manufacturing and assembling parts according to the technical regulations. The Cholima Steel Complex increases the production per charge and technically perfects the production processes by starting and introducing the advanced oxygen coal powder injection technology into the ultra-high power electric arc furnace in close contact with the scientific research institutions. The Hwanghae Iron and Steel Complex is pushing ahead at the final stage with the assembling of revolving furnace and equipment for the raw materials supplying system. Iron mines across the country are producing a larger amount of iron ores and sending them to the iron and steel works. The Musan Mining Complex is expanding the capacity of the open pit branch mine and operating the equipment on a normal basis, producing concentrated iron ores as planned. The Taeryong mine normalizes the production while operating the equipment at full capacity and sends a lot of iron ores to the Bosan Iron Works. The Dokseong mine and other iron mines work hard to increase the iron ore production. Diverse building materials for rural housing construction are produced in all parts of the country. Pyongyang City is recycling different kinds of scrap plastic, fiber, rubber, and other wastes. It has established new processes of producing coating materials, paints, and sanitary ware with locally available raw materials and is normalizing their operation. South Hamgyong Province is conducting emulations to produce diverse tiles with raw materials rich in the region. Cities and counties in North Pyongan and South Hwanghae provinces are making successes in the development of quality inorganic paints with locally available raw materials.
And that's the end of the news.
A leading factory in the field of light industry. The Democratic People's Republic of Korea is directing primary efforts to developing the light industry directly related to the people's living. The Pyongyang Kim Jong-suk silk mill, with more than 70-year-long history, is playing an important role in solving the clothing problem of the people. It is associated with the leadership exploits of the respected comrade Kim Jong-un, who is always concerned to provide the people with better clothes. He visited the mill for the first time one day in June 105 or 2016. The mill had invented and introduced up-to-date and high-speed equipment to expand the production capacity and improve the quality of products and establish new production processes, thus carrying out its first half-yearly assignment under the National Economic Plan before others across the country. It had been also equipped with wonderful public service facilities, nursery and house of culture, and its compound laid out like a park, in order to provide the workers with good living conditions and environment. Looking around the mill, Kim Jong-un said he cannot find any defect and he likes everything. He highly estimated the mill, saying it is the best of the factories he has recently visited, both in view of production and in view of cultured ways in production and life. That day, he said the Pyongyang Kim Jong-suk silk mill is playing a very important role in improving the people's living, and gave precious instructions on further improving the quality of products, turning the mill into a labor-saving one, and building a modern production process for producing various kinds of good quality quilts. True to his instructions, the mill built a modern quilt production process with large capacity until December that year and started its production in earnest. When he visited the mill again on January the 7th next year, Kim Jong-un looked around the quilt production process to learn in detail about its production and the quality of the products. He stressed the need to produce a lot of good quality quilts popular among the people. That day, he also said the Pyongyang Kim Jong-suk silk mill is a leading factory in the field of light industry, and expressed the expectation and belief that it would be a model of the whole country as it was the previous year. His deep trust greatly encouraged the workers of the mill. The mill has overfulfilled its assignments under the National Economic Plan every year through vigorous mass movements, such as the movement for overtaking and outstripping and learning from others and swapping experience with each other. The Pyongyang Kim Jong-suk silk mill still remains a leading factory in the field of light industry. Today, we present the Korean song Green Willow Tree, requested by our listener living in Liaoning province of China. We hope that Akbar of Amir of Uzbekistan, Angel Jose Leonardo of Argentina, Jean-Michel Abier of France, Mary Johnson of Canada, and Yuta Suzuki of Japan, who unusually love music, and Maria Alhorden of Germany, a regular listener to Voice of Korea, would listen to the song carefully. Now you will appreciate the instrumental music of the song.
Dear listeners, with this we conclude the English language service of Voice of Korea from the Democratic People's Republic of Korea.